Hello. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Evan.
And I'm your host, Gabe.
And I'm just a hanger-on here.
Yeah.
I'm Gabe, too.
Not to be confused, I got a Gabe on either side of me. This is my brother. This is my dad.
We got a Gabe sandwich going on.
No relation. No, as you can see, we're all in the varying stages of
Baldness.
male hair loss. But today...
of male hair loss.
That's right. We got our Asian father back on the podcast, so we're trying some more Asian foods. We're also Asian. We've got a bunch of ramen, some that we got back on the trip that we went to in Japan. We brought it home, and some that we got from good old US of A. We've got the E40 ramen. We've got the free Boosie ramen, and we've got a couple weird ones. We've got the cup of noodles breakfast ramen, the s'mores ramen, the everything bagel ramen, and then as well as 2 cup of noodles that I made at the Cup of Noodle Museum, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This is a podcast where we acquire and review the latest and greatest snacks.
So that you know what to try and what not to buy.
And the name of this podcast is, all 3 all together, The Super...
I don't know what your title is.
All right, cut the feed.
It's a Super Tasters podcast.
Super Tasters.
Okay.
You like how you whispered it to him, I whispered it to you.
Yeah, it was the telephone game. Okay, the name of this podcast is The Super Tasters Podcast.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
First try.
That's right. All right, what do we want to start with? What ramen do we want to for our inaugural ramen episode?
Well, the sriracha one is open.
That's true.
Sitting in the
We do have it as kind of, what do you think? Sriracha?
It is open. It is also the only spicy one on the podcast. So I guess if we could go there and then
Spicy
try to
first?
find to cool off. Yeah,
Okay,
so by
okay.
the time we get to some of the other ones that we want to be really dialed in for.
Cool off is a good scheme because it is a
plan.
hot day. This will be nice too. We can reuse this. We can taste the broth and the noodles.
So this is the extra, the packaging is in the thumbnail, but this is the extra spicy Sriracha brand Sriracha ramen.
That's right. I guess we're just gonna have to take turns.
And
We
it's-
would have had one for each of us. It's what?
I was gonna say it's an Evan Sriracha bowl. Look at his big bowl.
That's right. I love consumerism.
Little product placement there.
That's right. No product, but
For free.
you guys got to sponsor us.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to take turns. We would have done one per person, but it would way too much food.
True.
So, and especially, I mean, it's already a lot of food with one split between the 3 of us. We've got 12 ramens here, so we're just gonna take turns.
Just think of it like, we'll each take one big bite. Because Cup of Noodles is 3 big bites, right?
Pretty much. You guys have been tested for COVID in the last week, haven't you?
I tested positive. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I also passed the test.
Would that be that would be
okay.
your third round?
Who's counting?
4th.
Who's counting? You're 4, so he's almost there. You're almost at 19.
Okay. You know what? You said this is Sriracha brand, Sriracha flavor brand?
Correct.
It's very accurate. I would say very accurate.
Yeah, it's very true to the flavor of the sriracha.
It smells a little stale. It was sitting in the cupboard for a little bit. We've been planning this episode.
They
for a
don't need to know that.
Why would you tell them?
It's good though. There's definitely a spice there, and it's a little bit sweet too on the back end. It's really nice. I kind of want. Yeah. You try some. I kind of want to try the broth.
You gotta do the noodle test
Yeah.
and the spit test.
I see. Yeah, you tested your spit, and your spit is working as intended. It is covering my arm and cooling me down.
Excellent.
So thank you for that. In fact, I've got one for you. Hold out your arm. I will say, when we went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine, there was a guy far back, and we were pretty close. We were in like the E row, the golden seats. There was a guy at the back of the theater that was hawking lugs the entire show, not just like clearing his throat, like like we could hear him go.
Yeah. It was,
And I can't for the life of me imagine why anyone would do that. I was like, there must be some medical excuse that you have for why you are able to do this in public with no shame.
Yep.
Otherwise, like someone should execute you on the spot. Because this is the most disgusting thing I've ever had to listen to for 2 hours.
in public during quiet enough parts.
During the quiet parts, he's not like,
Yeah.
oh, my throat tickles, but I'll wait till.
Yeah, I'll wait till the exposition.
It's not even like, oh, I've got a big dip in my lip. It's like, oh, yeah, there's a lug being brewed at the
Yeah.
back of my throat. I'm
True.
gonna have to spit that into my popcorn. I don't know what he was spitting. Like we could hear too
He was putting him in his pocket.
the tua of the
Same
hawk
later?
tua. Yeah,
Beetlejuice?
It was so gross, but it was a fun movie though.
Yeah, I have 45 years. I've had a friend who has allergies, and he can't. I mean, like every 5 minutes he'll hawk up a loogie when he carries napkins with him.
Oh really?
Every once in a while he'll miss and hit somebody.
You know where's a great place to do it is in the movie theater
Oh, that's good.
during a movie.
Yeah. What do you
It's
think?
dark, no one can see.
I really like the broth.
It is good. It's really good.
It is.
It tastes like it doesn't taste like sriracha sauce and noodles. Obviously, it tastes like a nice like classic ramen broth with a very strong sriracha flavor that works really well.
And it is a very identifiable sriracha flavor.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, this is what sriracha tastes
and
like.
it is the extra spicy version, but it is not like crazy,
No, it's
crazy
not
spicy.
crazy.
It is extra spicy. Okay, I was going to say,
It's even a little bit spicy.
it's spicier than like you would think for sriracha, because sriracha is like on the lower end of a spice level.
There's a lot more umami than I thought it would.
Yeah.
We coat your tongue nice.
Yes. A lot of umami.
Are we gonna
what?
Are we gonna rate these?
Clear my palate. Yeah, well, I mean, we might as well.
The first ramen rating, the ramen scale, the ramen Richter scale is coming in on the podcast.
That's right.
Being introduced here, folks. You're seeing it first time.
We forgot to tell them no phones.
That's the ramen police. They're
That's
calling us and they're saying,
No, it's worse. It's my wife.
Wait! She works for the ramen police?
Maybe she moves. I don't know.
The Secret Service?
I'm turning her off just for you guys. So if I need a place to sleep tonight, I'll be coming in
Let's
here.
see. Emergency, please help, call back. All right. This can wait.
That'll wait.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking for a rating? We do out of 5 generally.
Well, out of 5?
Yeah.
As far as ramens go,
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty healthy 4. I think it delivered on the flavor. It's got a nice kick to it.
Yeah.
But like when you try to think of you try to weigh it up against, at least for me, some of my favorite.
Some of the
ramens.
all-timers, like the Shin.
Yeah,
ramens.
like you're not really with this one. It's noodles in a seasoning packet.
Yeah.
You're not getting like flakes.
There's no additionals.
You're not getting like any like dehydrated meat particles that are being brought back to life. So, I mean, not that everyone has to have that, but I feel like a little bit more something maybe could have brought it up to a 5 for me personally. But I think it's a very healthy 4, a very strong 4.
What about you?
Well, my favorite is the Nissin Black Garlic Oil.
Yeah.
one,
That's a good
which sets an extremely high standard. So, with that in mind, this would probably be a 3.5 for me.
3.5? Okay. Well, I was feeling probably between 3 and a 4, but I'm leaning closer to a 4. So we can just put this bad boy in 4 then, because it seems like we're pretty happy with it.
Round up, yeah.
I'm gonna push it off screen though, because that bowl is massive.
It's a big
yeah,
bowl.
I'm pretty happy with that. Where do we want to jump to next? Are we gonna want to get into the Japanese ones? Are we gonna get the wrappers out of the way first? What are you thinking?
Let's do some wrappers, and then we'll
Okay.
then we can bring it back with the tapatio.
Bring it back home. Yeah.
So this is the E40 Wrap Snacks icon beef prime rib flavor. And we got a
Sounds
picture
good,
of
though.
them.
I'm gonna get
It
it.
sounds exciting.
I'm gonna give it.
It does. It does sound exciting.
Now you do it.
Let me give it a listen.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Now, Dad.
Dead?
Yeah, it's good.
That's E40's second most common.
Yeah, catchphrase.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. He goes, he's known for and yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
No, it smells like a beef ramen to me. It doesn't smell like anything special.
This one was a classic cup of noodle. It had like the seasoning. There's a little bit of flakes. It's a
Little piece of green onion on
little
my
piece of green onion
on my
nice.
thumb
Your favorite.
on this hot summer day.
Nothing really too picturesque. Otherwise, I would, we would show the camera, but it just like kind of looks like your standard cup of noodle. Now, did you read the flavor of what it's supposed to be?
I did read the flavor, the prime rib.
Prime rib.
Did you read my expression when I ate it? I'll recreate
I'm
it.
trying not to get spoilers.
I won't spoil it for you. I'll
Okay.
wait for your
Did
reaction.
you tell them where I found this?
You were at E40's crib, right?
If E40 lives in the dollar store, then I was at E40's crib.
Well, no shade on E40. But yeah, he got it at the dollar store, both of the wrap snacks, which is crazy. You usually don't find gold at the dollar store, right? But I guess this time, what's that expression?
Ooh,
Let's start with you. What are you feeling for these?
Well, considering I have no idea who E40 or Boosie is, or what kind of things they make, sounds
Sure.
they make.
Wait, you're not familiar with even E40? You haven't listened to his hit album Skibbity Riz?
Not that I'm aware of. Maybe when I was drunk or something.
Have you listened to his song Ohio?
Doesn't ring a bell. Start singing it.
It's
Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
Livy Dunn, baby Gronk, Livy Dunn, Riz baby Gronk.
Yeah, no, I never heard
He's
that.
Evan is trying to indoctrinate our father with brain rot. So.
Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Don't worry. The people online are going to love that.
Well, the regular cup of noodles beef ones.
Yeah.
This is very similar.
Yeah, it's similar.
It's slightly better.
There's nothing distinguishing it between a prime rib and a beef, I feel like. It just tastes like beef to me.
Yeah, it's a little bit bland, actually.
I was going to say that was my main criticism.
And I filled it up bland. To the fill line. So that is the recommended fill.
Even just drinking the broth, it's pretty bland.
Yeah.
The flavor that is there, like you said, if someone put this in front of me, I would just think this was a cup of noodle beef. So it feels very derivative.
Someone that put too much water in a cup of noodle beef.
Yeah, someone that almost put it over the fill line, almost, but surely not our qualified.
I know how to fill within the lines.
Scientists.
Dave's our resident gastronomist.
I will say for me, it's not like offensive. Like I don't eat it. I'm like, it doesn't taste great. So I probably would want to put it around a 2.
It's a 2 for me.
Because it's not like disgusting, but it's also like I would never get this again.
Correct.
It's not nearly as enjoyable as the last one.
I'd probably go closer to 1.5 because not only wouldn't I buy that, I wouldn't eat it if you gave it to me free. You'd have to actually pay me to eat.
Well, I think
the
difference between a 1.5 and a 2 is that Gabe and I are big E40 fans. We would love to get him on the podcast. So,
just an open invite in case you're listening.
We're going to have to put him in a 2 for now, but I see where you're coming from. Let's see
prime rib. Nope. Is it a 2?
Yup. Soup in a cup. Yup.
Soup in a cup.
We're going to move on and see if
England, they
Boosie.
call them pocket noodles.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Sometimes they've got their terminology is like, okay, they're not chips. They're French fries.
Yeah.
They're French fries.
Yeah, what's this lorry business? I think it's called a truck.
Yeah, but sometimes they've got fun ones, and I rock with pocket noodles. All right, Boosie's flavor of iconic wrap snacks, ramen noodles, Louisiana hot and spicy chicken. Let's see. This one's actually got some veg. We got some peas and some carrots. Okay.
Ooh, peas, nice. Yeah. Wow.
You can't have Nashville hot chicken without peas.
It's hooked up.
Dude, I'm sure I'm just blowing ramen spittle all over my
baby.
microphone.
That's some good ASMR. That's for people that find extreme comfort in somebody blowing off their noodles into their ear.
Yeah. The noodles like wriggling like tentacles like Zoidberg.
Like Cthulhu?
Yeah. Zoidberg or Cthulhu, both elder gods.
That's
true.
true.
The temperature of the ramen is very, very hot. Like we must have poured the boiling water in those last because
I do think that we cooked those near the end. Yeah. Which is a
good.
bummer because the Japanese cup of noodles from Japan, I think, were cooked first. So
yeah.
So they absorbed some of the flavoring in the noodles.
So both of the wrap snacks icon ramen noodles, they both just kind of smell like cardboard to me.
Well,
like
it's
ramen
the
noodle cardboard.
It's the BPAs. It's the
cardboard.
microplastics that are
true.
That are leaching in. The thing that I'll say is I think the same problems with this as I did with that. Like it tastes a little bland. The flavor that is there, this to me does not scream Louisiana hot and spicy chicken. It's just chicken. It's a little bit spicy, but it's like that's just beef. It's not prime rib. That's just chicken. There's no distinguishing Louisiana hot chicken flavor. So it feels like they just took beef and chicken cup noodles and repackaged them and made it more bland.
I would actually say that the Marchan and Nissan cup of noodles are better than those.
Yeah,
I'd rather buy a chicken or a beef of those and eat those.
I think that's a 1 for me.
Yeah,
because
I have to say
it is
so, too.
worse than the beef prime rib somehow.
Sure, yeah. I think flavor wise for me, like I would eat it if I was hungry, if I got it out of a vending machine and I was, I had no other options. I'm not opposed to a 1. I'm between a 1 and a 2.
Dog poop on the sidewalk.
What are you feeling for a rating?
About 1. Yeah, I'd give it a 1.
The ones have it. Boozy, you're not getting freed today, buddy. I think. What do you think? Move on to one of these.
But if he comes over and has a visit on the podcast, his rating probably will increase, right?
if he pays us a visit, I don't think it'll be for any friendly reasons after what we just did to his cup of noodles.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, maybe you better not mention your address online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll bleep it out. It'll
I
be
know
really
you
funny.
will.
They're
I
like,
know you
whoa,
will.
he actually said it.
I know you will.
Or my social, which is no,
Yeah.
I'm not telling you that. I'm not telling
All
you
right.
that.
So do we want to go with the one that I think at least is going to be good?
Sure.
The Tapatio Birria ramen.
Yeah,
bowl.
yeah, because I
That's
want
right.
after coming off the back of two
We
mid
do want
to
to
bad.
clean the palate. So this
Well, I'm
one
gonna-
did have some flakes and stuff. So we
Yeah,
should
I'm gonna have
stir
some
that up.
actual flavor.
Wow,
going.
you can smell it.
It smelled
Oh,
really,
yeah, it
smells
really
good.
good. And I
You-
tried
you
not
wanna
to
do the honors?
smell too many of them because I wanted to be like,
Let me-
yeah.
Let me clear Boosie out of my mouth.
You gotta
Huh.
spit Boozy out? No, that sounds kind of questionable.
That sound is what people want to hear on a food podcast.
Yeah, you like how we were complaining about it. We're like, man, it really ruined
It was the
our
grossest noise-
entertainment
It
experience.
was the grossest noise you've ever heard. It was like,
Yeah.
Let me recreate it as I'm eating these noodles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, I'm excited about this. You know, and honestly, I'm just always happy to see the Tapatio guy because he's
He
always
seems so happy.
he's always having a good time.
You got
This-
that nice sombrero.
This
Yeah.
smells so good.
Yeah, that was a big slurp. Ooh, I'm sweating. It's hot today. We got the lights going again.
It's only about, what, 85?
Yeah. Smells great. I have to be careful not to dip my necklace in any of these.
That might affect the flavor.
That will turn you into the sixth member of the Godhead, the
The
Tapatio guy.
Tapatio man. Yeah.
Got a very
What do you think?
interesting back flavor, kind of like
Yeah.
citrus.
I was gonna say, like, is that must be like lime or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
It is good. I like that quite a bit. Especially
has-
if you soup this up, like sometimes when you add an egg or a little bit of meat to a
Yeah.
ramen, this would be a good one to soup up.
Yeah.
Put some chopped broccoli in it.
Yeah. What were you saying? It has what?
I was gonna say it's reminiscent of there's some kind of spice in there that it's reminding me of like an Asian like Southeast Asian noodle bowl, like when you get like pho,
Like
you
pho,
get like the beef,
yeah.
the beef.
You're right. It does
beef
kind of
curry
remind
beef
you of
stew.
those. Yeah.
There's some kind of
And you
like
put the
cardamom
lemon
or
into it,
something in
lime
there.
into it. Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think it is cardamom.
But it's
It's
really,
got that
really,
kind
really
of flavor
good.
that, yeah.
It just tastes. It tastes like a comfort food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes very like cozy. It's savory. There's a little bit of acidity in there.
It's not
very
overwhelmingly-
nicely well
It's not really
spiced.
that hot at all.
No.
Yeah.
It's hard to following those two. Also, I really just want to keep eating this one, but I know that we've got so many nudes
Yeah,
ahead of us.
I feel you.
But what are we thinking on rating?
I think it's gonna be a 4 from me.
Yeah,
You know?
it's like a high 4 for me because
Yeah.
I'm like, this is almost like I have no notes, but I wish it had just maybe a little bit more veg or just a little bit of additives because I think that's what really kicks stuff up to the next level, or at least with like the Shin ramen.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'd give it a solid 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a high 4 because I like it more than the sriracha.
You know what would make it a 5 in my opinion? You know when you get like the nicer ramen bowls or ramen packages and there's like an oil packet
Oh,
you
yeah,
put in
uh-huh.
there? I
Oh,
think
yeah.
something like that, something
Like the
fatty.
sesame oil or
Yeah,
the
would-
black garlic oil stuff.
Yeah.
You're right.
Take notes, Tapatio Corporation. All right, is it finally time to try some Asian ramen?
Some Unif, I believe is the brand. It's,
Artificial beef with sauerkraut flavor. This is beef and sauerkraut. Yeah,
So,
and it's got
Excited
sauerkraut.
by that.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you
Real
why.
sauerkraut. Woo.
I'll tell you why I got this.
It's stinky.
It's very stinky. I'll tell you why I got this because I saw it in the store. It was at a Walmart actually. I saw it and I thought beef and sauerkraut. That's interesting, right? Sorry, that was a burp. It was an interesting burp, and so I saw it, and
Several flavors combined.
I was thinking about it. Several flavors combined,
Smells pretty good.
and then
Wanna smell?
I looked at it again, and it was almost gone.
really
Like the facing for it. So I was like, either one person came in here and was like, "Oh, they finally have my favorite noodle. I'm going to buy every single one of them." Or there might be something here that we just
it was one.
Perhaps word of mouth spread.
It was one person. It was a German mother of 12, and she was getting food for her whole household.
12, that's a small household for dinner.
Yeah. I figured
It
I'd
smells crazy.
give you
but-
the honors of
No,
first
not
bite.
It does
bad.
have an odd smell.
I blew one of those peppers on me.
It's okay. It's just my house. Yeah,
smell-
just
it's on my shirt.
anywhere on the floor is
Just
fine.
Hope your cat doesn't eat it.
Oh, yeah. As soon as it touches the ground, it becomes trash, and then she's gonna eat it. She loves garbage. All right, let's see. Yeah, it smells very pickly, very well, sauerkrauty. Do we still have the? Oh yeah, we should be using this guy too. Get a little bit of the broth.
Yeah, you're right.
Dong dong. Dinner time, boys. Sweet.
Soup's on.
Yeah. Okay. I think I might want to try some of the broth.
I think that's a good call.
Try to get some of the sriracha.
To get the final.
Yeah,
flavor.
to get the final consensus. Consensus wasn't the right word there. That's okay. Nobody noticed.
Nobody heard it.
Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening.
No one's paying attention. Maybe listening.
So this one does have oil in it, which is nice. So it does have like, you would think like a little bit more of a richness to it.
You know what? It's stinky, but the sauerkraut flavor is not like overwhelming. I don't know if I just got like a small piece or something. But it's very good. It's not off-putting at all, like I was worried about.
It does have an interesting, almost like lemongrass perfumey flavor to me. But it's not. It's like you said though. Like it's not like off-putting or anything. Yeah, I'll try a little bit of broth.
It's not bad. It's missing something, I think, though.
The broth is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
The thing about sauerkraut, I feel like when I have it, I always have it paired with some sort of meat.
Sausage, hot dogs.
Yeah,
Like that.
so when I'm eating it like this, I'm like, I just wish there was like some like little sausage in there or something. He dropped.
Yeah,
a
your
little.
grandpa would have a big pot or pan of sauerkraut, and then he'd take hot dogs, cut them in half, fry them, and then put them on top, and we'd have that for dinner.
Wow.
He was stationed in Germany in the army for quite a while, so he picked up a taste for sauerkraut.
Yeah.
He had a big sauerkraut urn that he would make his own. Having little choppers that fit in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Once
homemade sauerkraut.
you get a taste for sauerkraut, it's like a guard dog that has a taste for blood. You never go back. What are we thinking for a rating?
This is, for me,
Yeah,
like you said, I feel like I can't quite put my finger on it, but something
it's missing something.
is missing.
Yeah,
The broth is really, really
the broth
good.
is good.
I want to say it's a 3, but it's almost a 4.
Yeah,
Like it's just, it's hard to
What about you?
pinpoint and it's frustrating, but maybe if it had like whatever this dish is based on,
yeah.
like if you imagine like big tender pieces of beef, I think that's what it kind of needs to pull it all together.
I think meat would do it for me.
Well, as you guys probably know, I'm a sauerkraut fan. I can eat it out of the jar.
You're what? You learn
So
something new every day.
I was disappointed.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
sauerkrautness. I didn't feel it.
It's not
really in
sauerkrauty
there.
enough.
No, not enough.
Yeah.
Plus, there is almost like a dirt aftertaste for me. So I would probably have given it like a 1.5, but the broth was pretty good. So I'd say a 2.
A 2. I think for me, I'm just feeling like right down the middle. So like you're like high 3, Dad's like a 2. I'm probably on like the lower end of 3, but I'm comfortable putting it in a 3. Like it's like I don't think I would buy it again, but if it's not offensive, I mean it's okay. It's pretty good.
Whatever that flavor is supposed to be imitating, I think that is definitely worth giving a shot.
Oh, the original
whatever the original dish is.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't we go back to a Japanese cup of noodle? It looks like we'll probably save these weird guys for last, right? So we've
we
got
have allergic reactions or something.
yeah.
So we have two that. So we have two that I got from a Japanese 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Cheese curry and milk seafood.
Yeah.
And then, do we want to wait to talk about these until later, or
Yeah, we can save them for now. Let's get into this.
Seafood just
you
sounds-
just
cheese
going
curry.
right to cheese curry? Yeah.
Look at that.
How can you go wrong? Ooh, yeah.
That's how you load
Look
up.
at those chunks of.
Oh my gosh,
Look at the beef, ladies and gentlemen.
that smells wonderful.
This is beef from Japan. These are Japanese cows.
Wagyu,
Yeah.
Wagyu cows.
Yeah. These are
Leftovers.
these cows were like, hey, I'm so sorry. And the Japanese are very respectful. So like, we're so sorry, we have to slaughter you. And the cows were like, hey, eat the dakimasu, bro. Do what you got to do.
That's right.
The cheese was a powder, but it rehydrated to the fact that it actually looks like
kinda-
It smells
almost
so
real
good.
cheese.
Is it almost
Oh,
sticky?
it's taking me back. It's taking me back.
Okay, boys.
See, that's what I'm talking about. About like the little things that make the difference of like the little things added in, like a couple pieces
Absolutely.
of beef. Let me see if I can fish
It's
out.
like the cup of noodles, the kimchi ones that have actual kimchi in the little packet.
Yes.
So it's so good.
I'll try to save you some beef.
Mm-hmm. I only took one piece because I didn't
Appreciate
how
that.
many there was. So
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm trying to stay. Try not to
Yeah,
reveal
yeah,
what
yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Like Simon Cowell. Like
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I know no spoilers. I love the beef that they put in their cup of noodles.
Yeah,
It
we really-
rehydrates so well.
We could take a lesson from
America?
from.
All right, say what you got to say.
It's incredible. It's a 5 out of 5. Easy. The cheese adds a really nice like richness to the curry.
Mm.
The curries, it's the curry is such a. It's one of my favorite flavor profiles for. I mean, just in general, I love curry, but like on a noodle too.
Everyone's going to eat it all.
The
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude.
the beef is so good, man. Damn, all the noodles absorb
I
the broth.
bought this
I was
for
trying to
less
slurp.
than $1 too.
Yeah,
When you got in the dollar store, or would you
No.
Japan?
This is from a 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven,
Wow.
baby. Yeah, I'm right there with you. The cheese and curry combination is already a great combination. The beef that they put in, the cheesy flavor is there. You know,
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can taste it, and the curry flavors just pops right in your mouth.
it's good, man. It's real good. I mean, nobody does it better than the OG. You know.
Who, Boosie?
Wait a second. You see his face on the side. Oh my gosh.
Well, you made it good. No,
Yeah, I know. I've been in the ramen game a long time. Yeah, this is very good. This is very, very good. Out of respect for you, I'll let you polish it off. Since you're the one that
Dude, there's-
smuggled it overseas.
Look at this. There's like big chunks.
know.
There's like chunks of
What?
sliced garlic, and I'm throwing it on the table. But it's such a good thick noodle. It didn't even spill out.
I know, it's amazing.
That is very tasty. I think for me, yeah, I think it's a 5 for me at least. What are you feeling?
I have to agree. It's at least as good as the black garlic oil.
Yeah,
For me, I'd say it's right up there.
it's
I
just
couldn't-
nice when
If you gave me a choice between two, I'm not really sure which one I choose.
yeah. No, so that's also good. Yeah, the black garlic oil Shin you said is your favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great choice. The Shin makes really good stuff. That's the thing. I think it makes all the difference when they pack it full of stuff, you know. Especially for that price, man. That's great.
Yeah, the ones they make in America, you get like 2 peas and 1 piece of corn.
I know.
Like digging at the
gray
bottom. Hey, I think some carrot down here.
a gray carrot. Yeah, that was wonderful. Now something a little bit weirder, also from Japan that you brought. Did you translate this to get the exact flavor? Because I'm a little confused what they were going for here. Because on the cover it says milk seafood.
There's a lot of vegetables in it.
There is. It's very fishy scent.
Some egg too.
Some egg, a little bit of imitation crab, some green onion, carrots.
If you want to try to show the camera and stall for me, I'll get a translation on the.
Yeah. There's also like breadcrumbs or something.
Yeah,
Like,
there's some kind. It's like
what is
panko
that?
breadcrumbs, maybe. Kind of what it looks like.
Milk seafood is what it says.
I gotta admit, that one looks pretty hearty. There's a lot of additives in it.
Yeah, it looks like they definitely packed it full.
So it has pork, which is funny to say. This is the first ingredient. Eggs, squid, fish
Okay.
paste.
Oh, yeah, I see a little piece of squid.
Mm.
Yeah, it's very small, but
Those are like the proteins. So that's what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
I like the translation: soup, foods whose main ingredients are milk, etc.
I don't like that it says milk in big, bold, plain English on the front. I don't know what that.
Oh.
Maybe they just like a cream, like it's supposed to be like seafood, creamy,
I can definitely taste something like a dairy product.
some
in here.
sort of dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you, good sir.
Why? Thank you. Did you give it a good stir already?
Yeah,
You
I
might
stirred
wanna
it pretty
stir
well.
more. There's-
Oh, it's very creamy. It almost
Yes.
looks like Alfredo.
That's what I think they meant by the milk.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's just supposed to be like intended to be creamy, not necessarily like, you know. 2%. It doesn't help that we did put milk in the electric kettle and boiled it to make this dish as well. So a little bit of curdled milk on a hot summer day is hard to beat.
Well, you got to get your calcium where you get it.
That's true. What do you? Oh, you're still chewing. I was gonna say, don't be quiet. Tell us what you think.
I like it. The milk, I think, takes away from the seafood
A
flavor,
little bit.
which for me,
Yeah,
I don't like as much.
I like the creaminess, but that's almost like, could they have gotten it with just maybe a little bit of like cheese or something?
Yeah.
Cheese and seafood you generally don't want to put together, though.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. Like when they have like oysters on a half shell and they put like cheese on it at the Asian buffet or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
not just because of the food poisoning, but also like just weird one to mix with cheese. Yeah,
Food poisoning is just a benefit.
yeah. I like the fishiness. I
Yeah.
really like the fishiness, and you can tell that it's not just the imitation crab. There's real pieces of squid in there. That's nice. I like the creaminess, but yeah, again, I wish it was achieved with a different dairy product. I doubt they use like just like straight up milk, but something
milk?
that's very milky in flavor.
Yeah.
That maybe takes away from my enjoyment a little bit. That being said, what do you think? What are you thinking?
I think for me personally,
Yeah.
because it's crafted well,
Yeah. That's
I
high
would
quality.
put it at a 4. Flavor wise, because the milk I feel like mutes the seafood,
Yeah.
I almost want to put it in a 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I could tell that it's made with more care. The seafood bites that you get are really nice, but overall, it's definitely something that's like I wouldn't get it again.
Yeah.
I like that I tried it. I can tell that it tastes good, so I'm comfortable with like it's somewhere in the middle of 3 and 4 for me.
What about you?
Well, I hate to admit this, having a Korean mother, I don't really like seafood cooked. I like sushi. And I usually cannot stand any seafood flavored ramen or cup of noodle.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm usually not a big fan of seafood cup noodles either.
Now, that being said, unlike you, which you felt like the milkiness kind of overshadowed the seafood, I feel like the milkiness actually
Balances a little
balanced
bit.
like
it
the
out. So
blend.
I didn't have
Yeah.
it like popping in my mouth. So I'd probably give that a 3.
Yeah, I'm also not usually a big seafood ramen guy, but the fishiness here is really nice. Especially, I think it's because they have real fish and imitation crab. I'm not a big fan of the milk. For me, it's probably closer to like a high 3. So it's probably going to be a 3
Probably gonna be a
overall.
3, yeah.
But it's great. It's not disgusting like I thought it was going to be. When you read in bold letters milk and then
Milk
seafood.
and seafood?
What do you think? Should we start like ping ponging, like ping 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 ping?
Why don't we do all the sweet ones?
You guys want to do the weird ones before we do the ones?
No,
here?
I was saying, do we like weird this, weird that, weird, or do you want to
No,
do?
these are the
boom,
ones
boom?
from the cup of noodle.
I
factory,
would
right?
Yeah.
if it
So
were me.
these are like the Cadillacs.
I was just gonna say.
These
Yeah.
are like DeSoto's. So let's try these first. That's what I would say. But if you can overrule me, it's 2-1.
What do you think? How do you want to split it up? Bum 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 bum.
I think yours is a fair compromise because I would have said these and then these.
Well, let's do this.
Let's at least end on s'mores.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
my
Let's do one.
That's the one I'm most afraid of.
That's
Let's
why
do-
the one I'm most afraid of as
Let's
well.
do one of these first. We'll do these two, and then this, and then that, or maybe this.
That sounds fair.
Let's do this guy. So this is the one that I
Whoa!
made for you.
Holy crap!
These are the ingredients that I
There's
chose.
shrimp and beef in there.
We gotta get it.
Little bits of egg.
Did
too,
you
it
get a
looks
picture
like.
of this?
I didn't.
Holy crap.
I didn't get a picture of it. No.
That looks amazing.
That's
Yeah,
gonna be
so
a close up.
We've got baby shrimp. We've got cheese. We've got little. That's the Cup of Noodles mascot chicken, and then pieces of beef. If you want to stir that bad boy up, you
What's the
inaugural bite.
base?
The base is a curry base.
It went up a notch, at least 1 point for curry.
Love a curry on a
It's-
Saturday
And it was
night.
so nice. You unfortunately we didn't get like reservations ahead of time. We just showed up, so we did have to wait in line for like 2 hours to make them. But it was cool, learning a little bit about the history of the Cup of Noodles.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that too.
They have a wall with every single flavor of Cup of Noodles there's ever been,
Really?
and it's like all the like containers and stuff, and that was really cool. And then when you make the cup of noodles, you pick out the ingredients, you watch them like assemble it, and they let you.
Oh, they do it by hand. They don't have like a machine that like goes.
There's like some of them are machines, but they have like the crank on the outside so that you can be the one to turn it. Almost like it's for little kids.
That's cool.
Like, why do I have to crouch to turn the lever? Why is it so far down? But what was really cool is like there was a lot of Japanese people there. Like it was like not even like a touristy thing. It was like a Japanese thing too. Like they were very interested in the process as well. So
Almost like a kind of museum or something. Huh?
Yeah.
People kind of know about the stuff, but you don't really know that much about it. Makes sense.
they put a lot of stuff in here.
But you put a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, I was like, hey, when you're at Chipotle, come on, give me a bigger scoop. Come on.
Them.
I'm a growing boy from the USA, please.
We are the most obese citizens in the world, son.
He's changing the nutrition facts in real time as I keep adding stuff. He's like crossing stuff out. I was like 400 okay, 500 calories. What do you think?
It's great. It's great. It's like the curry and the cheese and the beef. Obviously, we know that's an award winning with the little bit of like the shrimp there to make it like a surf and turf curry cheese.
Surf and turf, baby.
It's good. It's really good.
I'm glad, these held up. I was a little bit worried because it's been a while, but
They were not only vacuum packed on the top, you had them wrapped in plastic too, so no air could get in.
Yeah, baby. I love that beef, man.
That is great beef.
Yeah, man, it takes me back.
Well, I would give it a solid 5.
Yeah.
Me too. It seems funny to rate a custom one, but
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty happy about my work. Guys, if you need a new food scientist at the Cup of Noodles factory.
Evan, professional cup noodle chef.
Or just someone to wear the big chicken costume and to walk around and,
Except not
scold
85-degree weather. That would be good.
Yeah, passing out. Like a worker at Disney World. Mickey, wake up, wake up!
Try a cup of noodles. You're laying there unconscious. Like, I don't think I want to.
get him some water. We only have broth.
Oh, God, he peed his pants. It's leaking through the suit. All right, that's enough. It's a food podcast. Yeah,
That was good.
I feel good. If you want, you can polish that off.
You want another bite?
No, I think I'm good. I got mine. But let's go over to... We went across the seas. We're coming right back for the Everything Bagels Cup of Noodles. Back in the USA, baby. Limited edition. It looks like it's got everything bagel seasoning on it.
Looks like it's got
It looks like a new type of
tiny bits of seaweed in it.
Oh,
a new type of fungus.
Why does it smell like packaged Parmesan cheese like you get at a pizza restaurant?
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
You know what that smells like to me? That smells like
Straight butt.
like the cheese and onions on a McDonald's hamburger.
Okay, now it smells kind of good.
What do you
'cause I was
think?
thinking about that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I think you
That's
nailed
what it makes me think of.
Now I think it.
Yeah. You're right, though.
Ooh,
yeah.
the noodles are surprisingly hard. Oh no, it's chunks of bagel. No, I don't know why the noodles are so hard. I dropped one in my lap.
Well, both the everything bagel and the breakfast, the fill line is like halfway down the cup.
Oh,
So
okay.
they want you to have. This is supposed to be.
Oh, it's supposed to be hearty.
You
Yeah.
underpoured. Oh no, I'm just kidding. You want to be the first bite? I got to be honest. I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared.
I can't wait to remember that flavor of cup of noodles my brother made me forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's this?
Yeah, we're gonna have to hawk a few lugs after this one. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, I'm doing it.
I think there is going to be an element of cheese. Oh, God. All right, Dad's turn. It looks like, if I had to guess, there's an element of cheese that is not cheddar. They're going for cream
Maybe
cheese.
white cheddar.
Yeah. I'm scared, man. I'm actually... Steady your chopstick hand. You'll never catch the fly. Okay, all right. I'm more scared to eat this than I was the balut that we had.
Balut is the most evil thing you can eat.
That's a throwback to our first. If anybody hasn't seen it,
Wow.
when we first brought Dad on for some snacking, it's honestly better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh,
It's not great.
that's actually one of the hardest things I've had to swallow on the podcast. That is, for me, second only to the ranch ice cream that we had.
Well, because you really don't like onions, and it's very oniony.
Well, for me, when I was in kindergarten, I once took apart a pen and I sucked the ink out of it. And that tasted better than that.
Did you swallow the ink?
No, I spit it out because it was nasty.
Okay.
But I had like blue stained lips when I came home.
Your tongue
Explaining
is
that to
blue.
My mother was not angry. She was so angry.
What happened to school? I was trying to drink poison. That's crazy.
Honestly, I could finish this.
Someone has to.
I'd never get it again.
I'm certainly not going to.
Well, those taste different, you know.
What are we thinking for rating?
If you could go negative, I would.
It's an easy one for me, but I know that I'm biased. What about you, Gabe? If you could go negative.
Because I can eat it, I can
Yeah.
tolerate it, I'll put it in 2. I don't think it should exist.
It's overruled,
But I'm glad
it's
it's
going
in one.
right next to Boosie. So enjoy your breakfast, Boosie.
Okay, well, I guess I can say one thing about it.
Yeah,
The balut made me almost vomit. This didn't.
There you go.
I actually liked the balut. I think you might be thinking of the century egg because I
okay,
remember
yeah,
you.
the balut was
yeah.
much better. Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, I liked it. You know, it's that century egg.
The century egg was...
Does not smell bad.
No, it smells
This
like
is
breakfast
the-
sausage.
Maple syrup, pancakes,
Oh, it
sausage, and
smells
egg.
like pancakes and syrup. A little bit of maple.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Make sure I get
Little
all
bit
of the
breakfast
everything
for
bagel.
dinner. Yeah, I've been trying to clean off my chopsticks as best I can.
Okay, they loaded this guy
another-
up. I
this
will
is another
say.
thick one.
Yeah. A lot of stuff in there.
I'm gonna.
You know,
little
we
stray.
said that we wanted better quality meat, and they listened. And so they put a lot of maple sausage in there.
It looks like
I
it,
do
yeah.
like maple sausage. I know that some people don't.
Oh, I love maple sausage.
Maple sausage is good for sure.
I can just take a frozen thing of 10 of them and just microwave them and just eat them. Much to my wife's
Wow.
disgust.
I've got some thoughts and opinions to share. Someone get a microphone in front of me.
That never starts out. Well,
That's actually crazy. That's crazy. I'll get the stray. I hope that fell off your your chopsticks and not out of your mouth.
who cares? We've all been COVID tested, you said.
Yeah, yeah. That's true.
I lied. I had
Yeah.
about a month.
His temp's 105 right now. So okay, here's what I'm gonna say.
so thick.
It is thick, isn't it? The noodles are very thick. I liked the maple sausage. I like the egg. They're very generous with those. The thickness of the noodles and the flavor makes me think that they made these noodles out of like pancake batter or something.
It makes you feel like you're eating
chewing up. I was like, dude, it's taking up so much space in my mouth. It's like, it's so thick. It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know how they
very odd
did
combination
that.
of flavors. But in my opinion, if they hadn't made it so salty, made it a little bit sweeter, I think it would have been much better because then it would have been like,
Oh, you want to be sweeter?
yeah, because as it is now with that salt in the background, it's kind of weird.
I kind of like the salt myself, but I'm a little bit of a salt boy.
Are there any
I'm-
sausage
I'm very
pieces
sweet.
left?
Yeah, right down there.
Let me see. I want to try a...
I like the sausage a lot. I really like the
The
sausage.
sausage was good.
It's weird how much the noodles taste like and feel like pancake.
It is.
It's like the water transformed it. It puffed up in the cup.
The sausage is surprisingly good quality.
The sausage is very
You
good.
guys have seen little cups of instant pancakes, right? You put water in it, you put it in the microwave, and you go, and you got a little cup. Of
No, I haven't seen
pancakes.
that.
So yeah, probably similar to that.
What are we thinking? What are we feeling?
You know, considering how much I was dreading eating that,
Yeah. Yeah, same.
I would probably say a 3.5.
It was a pleasantly surprising high 3 for me,
Yeah.
I think.
That's honestly crazy town.
You think less?
I would put 2.
Really?
Whoa, sorry, because
I
you're
almost-
overruled. We're
I
going to
almost
Crazy
think-
Town. All aboard. Wow, you liked it a lot less than I thought you would. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the everything bagel almost I think I liked more.
The everything bagel almost put me in an early grave.
Yeah, I mean, I could feel my heart beating too
Yeah.
fast. My
I almost chose to choke on
I
it.
think I'm just
when it
on
was
a-
going down, I almost pulled my throat, stop him
right
right
fist down the
halfway down. Yeah.
I should say it is way less offensive. So since I did say that everything bagel was I'm like still swallowing the noodles. Everything bagel was a 2 for me. I think it makes sense that the breakfast is a 3.
You want to snap a pic?
Ooh, this is the one that you made, yeah?
That's right. This is a tomato
That thing
base,
is loaded.
egg, beef. There's a little bit of green onion, but I think that came with what was the? I think I might have chosen like maybe like kimchi or something. You loaded it up.
It is. Now that's an
It
everything
is.
looking cup, not
It's
everything
filled
bagel.
to the brim too. It's hard to stir, honestly.
It's like when you have to dump into a bowl almost.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Wow, is it spicy? It's red.
I think it's supposed to be.
Oh
Yeah.
no, you said it's tomato.
It's definitely tomato, yeah, but
I like Asian interpretation of tomato stuff. It usually is really good.
beef is great.
The beef is top tier.
That is Wagyu beef. Yes, he got. He brought his own in.
Smells zesty.
Yeah. Very generous bite.
You got to get in there.
He's trying to get the taste of the breakfast out of his mouth. He said it's time for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
You like I did the doodles, by the way.
Oh, that was real nice. I
decorated
didn't
the
know that. I
cup.
thought they looked pretty cool.
Yeah. It was me. I'm the artist behind those. And in case you want to save the cup, Gabe, maybe, you don't have to get it so.
Never like think about it.
No, if you want to put it in a landfill too, that's fine.
My score on the last one might have been higher because it was so much better
Than the
that
everything bagel.
which was
Yeah.
like eating a dirt pancake. Wow, so much stuff it falls off.
There's a lot of stuff. I can't say that I like it as much as yours, but still, as far as like your average cup of noodles experience goes, pretty up there for me.
Yeah,
For
the
me,
beef is great. You're right.
The beef is so nice.
Mm.
it's still very, very good. I think
Yeah.
it is just under a 5 for me.
Yeah. He's always got to be number one.
If it was what am I looking for? I feel like
Yeah.
maybe if it was a little bit spicier.
Or maybe just more seasoned because it's got pretty heavy flavor.
Yeah, the tomato base is not quite as flavorful as the curry.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, but I like all the stuff you put in it. Is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
What do you think of them for a rating?
I would probably give it a 10 compared to the everything bagel, but
Yeah.
probably give it a 4.
I'm feeling a 4. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, 4 for me.
I knew it! You son of a bitch!
It's a 5.
Yeah, that's a good 4. I think all that's left, we've had breakfast, we've had lunch. Now it's time for dessert.
Time to cozy up by the fire. Yeah.
We've got the cup noodles, campfire s'mores with natural and artificial flavors. Ramen noodles and sauce. On the top, you can see some mini marshmallows. Who's got the cleanest chopsticks? Who wants to stir this bad boy?
Mine or nothing.
Go ahead, Gabe. Mini marshmallows looks like maybe a little brown sugar. And then obviously you got the noodles in there.
No.
What is this? Wait, let me give it a... It doesn't smell unpleasant, but it is not a smell you'd ever expect to smell coming out of a cup noodle container, that's for sure. I'm hoping it's at least as good as the breakfast cup noodle. And if it's better, I'm not going to complain.
They're all so thick. They only want you to
Breakfast
put like a
ones?
tiny
Yeah.
bit of water in. All right, who's going first?
Go ahead, man. No, I'll go. I can see the fear in your eyes. Let me get a Marshy. Let me get a little Malo. Wow, did they melt?
Yeah,
Almost
they
melted
melted
into
They
it.
melted.
You
apart.
buried those bags. It smells like a cup of cocoa or something.
It does smell like a cup of cocoa.
That is very sweet. Okay, I'm sorry, spoilers. Holy cow! But not unpleasant.
Now I'm dreading this more than when I was 5 years old and got circumcised.
Wait, you're
Hang
no
on.
way. There's no way.
Hang on. It kind of sounded like.
Did they really do it when you were 5?
No, I was a baby.
I was gonna say. I was like,
That is
he's Jewish.
that is terrible.
You don't like it? I'm
It's
going
not
back
as
for
bad as the
seconds.
everything bagel because I know anything could be, but I'd probably give it a 1. It's got that marshmallow flavor in the back, and you guys know I don't really
Well,
like
I know
marshmallows.
you don't like
anyway.
marshmallows. Yeah.
Oh, you don't like marshmallows? Oh man,
Well, when I was 9 or so, my parents left me at home alone.
with a
Big
giant
mistake.
evil marshmallow.
Yeah, it was in the cupboard, and it was a full bag of marshmallows.
Oh
So
no.
the whole bag of marshmallows. I was violently ill, and I've never been able to
Oh,
eat a
no.
raw marshmallow to this day.
There's a little bit of broth at the bottom.
A little syrup in the bottom, you mean?
Yeah, a little bit of maple syrup. Get that in you. Get that in you. You just imagine you're around the campfire.
You eating this?
You're with the other Boy Scouts, and you're getting down on some. Wow, there's a lot of syrup at the bottom. You weren't kidding. Look at that. Oh my God, it all went to the bottom.
Nah, this is one of those things where you're like, oh, it's so good, and then you dump it out behind your back.
I hate this. It's so bad.
That is bad.
It's very sweet. It's kind of winning me over as being a little bit of a sweet treat. As far as a cup of noodles goes, yeah, I would say it's underperforming.
Tastes like dog's butt.
I didn't hate it as much as you guys did, though. I think that for me, in my heart and my soul, it belongs right next to my good friend E40.
No,
What about you? What are you feeling?
This is Boosie's dessert.
You're feeling a 1 too?
I got a 1.
No, you
Yeah.
hate marshmallows.
Boosie's looking at the cup, dude.
Well, he's closing his
Staring
eyes.
right at it.
He knows what's coming. Yeah, I've been overruled. The campfire s'mores are going into 1. For me, they're palatable. It's a fun novelty thing. I've said this before.
It wasn't fun.
I like when companies try weird things just for the experience. I said the same thing when we tried the ranch ice cream, which is easily the worst thing that we've tried on the podcast.
Probably one of the worst things I've ever eaten.
It's a fun
honestly.
novelty, but it doesn't
It doesn't sound good.
really work as a food
I
item.
love ranch and I love ice cream, but I don't think the two would mix.
No,
not at all.
you'd be surprised to learn that they do not mix.
Yeah.
That actually does not surprise me.
So yeah, that's been the podcast, guys. The clear winners of this are going to be both of the curry cup
Yeah.
noodles, the cheese curry and then the curry one that I made for Gabe. But close behind the Tapatio Birria, the tomato based that I made at the Cup Noodles Museum, and then the Sriracha brand Sriracha ramen was pretty good. Just like, especially without, I think it's the only 4 that doesn't have any veg or any extra.
It's true, and I said that thinking that like it needs the extras, but it didn't. It didn't need them. Yeah.
What do you think? What was your overall favorite?
This is one you made.
Yeah.
There
You hear that, folks?
There you go.
That was good. But the cheesy curry one was good too.
It was loaded.
Maybe it's a genetic thing. We all love curry.
I whispered when I made it, I said, Gabe. And then I closed the lid. Anybody with the name of Gabe.
Yeah.
So you made it with a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Your dad and your bro. That's nice.
All right. So that's been the podcast. I've been your host, Evan.
And I've been your host, Gabe.
And I'm just a tag along guest. So
Gabe.
Gabe, and Gabe.
The
Gabe
third.
in heaven, yes.
Thank you.
I'm Gabe. This is Evan Gabe, and this is Daddy Gabe.
Yeah, you gave me the middle name. I didn't quite make it for the first name.
I'm junior, but I should be third. So Gabe is actually the fourth. We skipped
Fourth
the kind
place.
Of,
But
Fourth
who's
place.
counting?
we skipped the
anyway?
third.
Yeah.
Thank
We're
you for
ranked at 4.
listening to the Super Tasters podcast. And as always, okay, here's what we do at the end. So you say something, anything you want, and then Gabe and I will try to follow along to what you're saying. Okay.
But start it with
Just a little bit of advice.
It's a lesson, yes. You got to say remember. You want to remind
Yeah.
them.
Always,
Well,
Always,
remember-
whoa, slow, please, slow. Okay. Always remember
to
snack
healthy.
healthy. Snack healthy.
Snack healthy, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Yep.